In round 3 of the South African National Rally Championship, the Hencom Auto Body Rally, a titanic struggle raged between the factory Toyota and Volkswagen teams and the privateer Fords of Charles Wilken and Conrad Rautenbach. Wilken in the Basil Reed Ford held the lead until a mishap on the penultimate stage, which handed Rautenbach his second victory of the season. This gave him a comfortable lead at the top of the point standings. Highlights of the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally are proudly brought to you by Toyota. The championship remains on the high veld for the 4th round of the series, the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally, with unexpected wet and cold conditions greeting the teams as they gathered before the start. The big question, whether there will be a different winner emerging on this event.
Welcome to round 4 of the South African Rally Championships, day 1 of the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally, and the teams are met with uncharacteristic cold and wet weather. Conrad Rautenbach has been dominating the rallies so far. However, the Toyota teams of Johnny Kimmel and Leroy Polter are looking to take top honors at their very own rally.
32 cars will take to the start of the Toyota Gauteng Dealer Rally as we get a feel of their expectations before the flag drops.
Winter's certainly arrived, and I bet you can't wait to get in your car.
Yeah, it's really cold out here. It's more European weather than African weather, but anyway, that's what it is. And yeah, we want to get going. I think it's going to be an interesting rally with the rain and that we've had in the last week. And the stages are not the best, to be honest. Really grassy and tracky, not proper roads. So it's first on the road is going to be quite a disadvantage, but we're just going to have to do our best.
Well, Mark, we've certainly seen the speed. Is it time for a podium position?
Yeah, absolutely. We're dying for one. We've put in the effort, and now let's see. I hope it's going to come to us this time.
What's your plan of attack on these stages?
Well, initially we're going to have to be a bit cautious because of all the rain that was unexpected. You know, the event was moved from the end of the year to the middle of winter to not have the rain, but unfortunately it didn't work out. Yeah, so a cautious approach in the initial ones, and then max attack.
This is your home rally. You literally live around the corner from here. Plan of attack?
Just have to attack. People say I live in the area, but it doesn't make much difference. You know, everyone's been doing regionals. I haven't done regionals for years, but still, no, I'm looking forward to it.
And how do you think the mud's going to play out? Is it going to be really difficult?
No, definitely. The mud's going to be a deciding factor in this event. You know, you just get caught out in a slippy corner and you lose 10, 15 seconds, then you're in trouble.
So Rautenbach leads the field first off the ramp. With me, Etienne Lawrence once again, and he must be dreading being first on the road, Etienne.
Yes, also unknown ground for them in stage 1 in the township today, so with no notes apparently, so they're dueling the old tulip notes, so that could be quite interesting.
Stage 1, a short 2.24 kilometer mixture between dirt, tar and cement in the cultural village in the township of Vosloorus. And this is interesting, the guys are allowed to walk this stage.
No, it's not officially open as a walking stage or a reconnaissance stage, so there might be some big trouble later on in the rally.
We'll keep an eye out for that. These stages set up for the spectators can often trip you up.
Very, very tricky, lots of times between pavements and things, you very, very easy clip one of those and it could cost you dearly, yeah.
And another factor is that there's no servicing until after the end of the 3rd stage today.
Correct, and everybody has to bear in mind that there's kilometers to go before you get to service. If you have a problem, you've got to carry it with you and you might just fall out.
Stage 1, a dead heat between Mark Renier and Leroy Polter, with Charles Wilken only 0.2 of a second further back. Stage 2 now, still in the Benoni-Heidelberg area. It's 18.14 kilometers of dirt through the mealy fields there, and a big challenge in these conditions.
Yes, the road is very tricky, especially for the first few cars, grassy sections, wet weather, and there's no track to follow, so it makes it difficult to read the road.
That's Rautenbach first on the road. He was only 18th overall after the first stage.
120 much, very, very, very long to the flying finish. Continues. Wow. Continues very, very, very long. The red. Top. Wow, these rocks. No, we have to come on.
Get out so I can go take the thing off.
Conrad, what's up? Is it overheating?
Yeah, it's not a road, man. This is really not on.
Not a happy chappy at all as we go to Johnny Gemmell in the Castrol Toyota Auras, only 14th after stage 1. But Etienne, Conrad Rothenbach very critical about the condition of the roads. Do you think it's correct?
Well, it's a question of stay on the road and then you won't hit things. You know, if you're going into the grass, there could be lurkers there, little crocodiles waiting for you. You know, anything is possible. So you must try and stay in the tracks, especially on the track stages. If there's a clear road, it's a lot easier than a track stage. It's Johnny Gemmell with a flat wheel. Obviously hit something. It is rocky, so you veer off the track, then you can hit the rock.
Johnny, what can you tell us?
Yeah, we got a flat there about 5 k's from the end. I don't know what's our time yet, we'll see.
So you had to drive through?
Yeah.
Van Vecken in the BP Volkswagen Polo. Oh, and
Hitting that thing
that's
very,
a
very
huge
hard.
hole there.
Yeah, it's huge. There's a rock there also on the exit. I don't know how they can't see that on the DVD. It must have been obvious.
Well, he seems to have a problem. Yeah, indeed. Look at the right rear.
Also, flat wheel, definitely. Same spot.
This cost him 31 seconds.
It's a bit rocky in the stage, so even though you're on the road, you might get a flat. So I only started feeling it towards the end.
Well, the second stage is certainly catching them all out. Charles Wilker now third after the first stage in the Basil Reed Ford Fiesta. And a good start to the rally for him.
Yes, looking for a good repeat of the previous rally. I think his attitude is correct. His pace is nice, and I'm sure he'll be able to do it.
3, 2, 1. Up there. Right man.
Oh, yeah, he stalls the car.
Stalled.
Right here, one of the last corners, and we hit something really hard, so big impact to the front.
So he lost about 36 seconds in that stage, going to Enzo Kuhn now 16th overall. And the running order in championship order, but as far as the standings are concerned, very mixed up.
It was a wake-up call first stage, very slippery out there, so we did a lot of mealie cutting, but good stage, car feels good.
And Habich coming up now. He talked about cutting there, Enzo did. You think that could become a factor?
Definitely in these rallies with the milli fields, you know, the one guy goes in and the next guy takes it more, and so it carries on. This Habich in-car camera, you can see it running beautifully. And these stages, and there if something goes wrong, you see, immediately Yannick comes off the gas.
Right, you could see him, he just corrected there, the tail stepped out on a straight line. That means, yes, there's the problem.
Absolutely, something else. He must have hit something or something broke.
So that's going to cost him a huge amount of time. Leroy Polter, the joint leader after stage 1.
Sure,
Also
doing
struggling.
that corner hard, eh? It's really going in aggressively.
Very, very slippery, these conditions.
Very fast over that deep ditch there.
Right 5 into dip, right 6. And left 5. Stay right. Go right 6. Go right 1. Go right 6 and go right 1.
Leroy Polter set the fastest time in the stage there. This, of course, is Mark Prunier in the Sasol Ford Fiesta, joint leader after stage 1, and he's also on it at this point. Very, very fast. And look at the line that he takes through there.
Now it's to line it up for that sharp left-hander.
And he would go fastest of all by half a second. Neil de Villiers. And this is the sort of thing that he would enjoy, I would
Getting
imagine.
faster and faster, yes, and over the rough stuff, he's obviously very good with his Dakar experience. He was very quick through this intersection here.
And he would go third fastest at the end of this stage. Jaapie van der Kerk in the new Africa Developments Volkswagen Polo, 5th after stage 1. This stage certainly had its fair share of mishaps. So tough conditions, Etienne.
Very tricky, and as you go along, more grass gets away, more slippery, and it makes it difficult to turn. And here's John Williams taking a different line and getting it way up in air.
Stage 3, 10.58 kilometers of dirt. And of course, as we said earlier on the first service, is only after the stage we saw a number of drivers with problems in stage 2. So they're going to carry them through.
They have to, unfortunately. That's the risk of going too hard and making mistakes.
JP Damso, 11th overall. And he sets the fastest time in this stage so far. Enzo Kuhn. So they seem to be struggling, these Volkswagen drivers still. Do you think it's with...
No, actually, I was just going to say that Enzo has really come to light again after the last event, getting used to the new diff setup.
Somebody who's struggling really now is with virtually 3 wheels. It's Jan Habbig, and he's got to carry this through to the end.
All the way, and he's got to finish the stage and the next before he gets his service. It's quite hectic with 3 wheels in the mud as well. Very difficult.
Well, the question is he going to make it to the end and to stage? Leroy Polter, part of the 3-way battle at the front between him, early leader Cronje and Camille de Villiers. So the battle lines are already drawn.
And don't cut between the right 6, there's rocks.
This must be Habbig. Fortunately, they got him on the section where they could pass.
So that wouldn't cost them too much, but that shows that Habbig, well, he's still moving, but I don't know for how long. Here's Cronje, leading but by only half a second coming into this stage. And he's got his foot down.
100% commitment. He's really trying hard to get his results. And there's stationary Jannie.
That means the end of the rally for Jan Habbig. The big drama already in the 3rd stage. Jan Habbig stuck in stage. This is Heinrich Lategan in the Peugeot 207. Some very competitive time so far, well inside the top 10.
Yes, he's doing very well and getting the car faster as we go along every rally.
Camille de Villiers, part of that battle at the front, and he's certainly on it this weekend.
Siapi van Niekerk also mixing it between the works cars.
Well, these conditions are such that it can throw up some surprises, so an opportunity for somebody else to come up through the order.
First du Plessis also very much more in control and with a lot more confidence.
So Polter wins that stage from JP Damso and Enzo Kuhn. That means that Polter now leads Cronje by 5.6 seconds.
And a long-awaited service for some people.
I'm sure some crews were very relieved when they arrived here.
Absolutely.
Well, Conrad, last time I saw you, you didn't look too impressed with life.
No, it's a bit disappointing, really. The level that rallying's come to in this country and the stages like this is not, it's not on, really. But I'm just a driver. What can I do?
Michelle, you said that you hit something in stage 2. Did you find out what it was?
Yeah, apparently it was quite a big rock that's sitting on grass, and our notes said right 6 in at long grass, and they cut the grass. It wasn't there anymore. As I came around the corner, I said, "Oh, there's the corner there." And,
Leroy, congratulations from Team Nida there. It looks like you're in the lead of the rally so far.
Yeah, look, I think it's quite difficult out there. The mud is the guys are going to see now. I think further down, the mud just becomes impossible. And I think it is helping me with the road maybe being a little bit more open.
It's been tricky because it's so muddy, and the car literally sucks itself to the ground. That's how muddy it is. I don't know how the smaller boys are going to get through there, but it's going to be interesting.
Stage 4 now. It's a repeat of stage 2, just over 18 kilometers of dirt and mud. It's the first repeat stage of the day, Etienne. How do you think this will affect the running?
Well, as the surface deteriorates, it gets more slippy, and fortunately for the weather, if it dries out, then it gets better. If it doesn't, then it gets more slippy.
He's not cutting. It's for right plus. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh. What's that?
What the f? Make a mark in the
Yeah. 140 into millies. Need max left and narrow max right. 200 care grass, slippy turn, need 2 left plus.
Etienne, what was very clear on that shot, the onboard shot, was at that corner, some very big shortcuts taken.
Very big shortcuts, and well, let's see what happens if there are any penalties going to be imposed on those.
The problem, of course, is once it's done, then everybody's going to start doing it.
That's correct.
How far, where do you draw the line?
That's correct. One guy goes through, the next cuts it more, and so it carries on. You will see that clearly now.
Yeah, we went round there. Yeah. 200, that's why they're faster. Short max left, right at Mealy's. 200, cut medium left.
I have a sneaky suspicion this is going to become an issue on this event. This is Fecken, 1 minute 14 down overall.
Also, perfect cut through the millies and misses the arrow, by the way.
Big issue, and I'm sure there's going to be some words spoken in between the stages.
Well, one doesn't want to stay behind, because you have to follow suit. That's how it works.
Sean Wilkin in the Basil Reed car.
See what 50 now. Big back left, 1 right, 1. Narrow entry into Millie. There's
Well, you could see so many different lines going through that corner. It's just absolutely amazing.
And it gets worse and worse as you go along.
Enzo Kuhn now, 4th overall position. He's only 28 seconds down on rally leader Leroy Poulter. And this is an opportunity to catch up.
Yes, for sure, and he's really going for it all out.
John Williams in the second Sasol Ford Fiesta. Whoa.
Overdoes it a little bit. It's very difficult to determine how fast to enter into a corner, especially if it's a rerun.
He certainly won't be happy to be more than a minute behind his teammate.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's second in the rally, there he is.
That's he getting a lot faster.
And Mark Renier sets the fastest time in that stage to retake the lead. Hein Latergan, a very impressive 5th overall. These Peugeots are showing their form.
Very, very good. They've done some development, and this puts new meaning to shortcutting, I think.
Peugeot's looking very strong, both of them inside the top 10, so it looks like a good rally for them so far.
Battle scars at the back, those bumpers are apparently very low.
Camille de Villiers showing what he can do in the BP Volkswagen Polo, only 15 seconds behind rally leader coming into the stage.
Also carrying some battle scars in front there, must be from a dip or a jump.
It's Visser du Plessis in 9th position overall. It's the best performance of this team so far this season.
Absolutely, very, very good for him. I'm happy for him, and he's also lost the back bumper.
Sort of in the middle of all the lines through that corner there for Visser du Plessis. So Mark Renier takes the stage victory ahead of Johnny Gemmell by about 5 seconds, and de Villiers in 3rd place. Stage 5 is a repeat of stage 3, so it's 10.58 kilometers of dirt. And now the battle is hotting up at the front of the field. Although Konrad Rothenbach is not part of that, he's still a very, very unhappy champion. Johnny Gemmell also not quite part of that, 6th overall at this point.
It's a very, very tricky section here. You see it's narrow, slippy. Make a mistake here, you get stuck.
What is also important is that they are driving under appeal because, and I smell some controversy coming here, Johnny Gemmell and Konrad Rothenbach have already been excluded for walking that first stage.
Correct, yeah.
And they appealed it.
Yeah.
So one will have to see how that whole situation plays out. This is Charles Wilkin, currently in 8th position overall.
Very, very tight section here.
Well, you can see how slippery conditions are, and it's getting worse for those cars that are following behind these front runners on the road.
Very, very tricky sections, and the driver's working hard.
JP Damso in the Team Total Toyota Ronex, a very steady performance so far.
Our roads are very bumpy and jumpy, as you might call it, and very, very tight. Here's a double back left. If you don't get that right, you can also stall the car and you can roll it. Very difficult to see through the windscreen being so dirty, but not always time to clean them.
Enzo Kuhn currently in 4th position overall, but he's chasing down Leroy Poulter in 3rd place because Poulter dropped some 34 seconds in the previous stage because of a puncture.
And there's a slight little shortcut there again.
John Williams in the second of the Sasol Ford Focus cars, currently in 10th position overall. Leroy Poulter, as I said, down in 3rd behind Mark Renier and Genil de Villiers, 28 seconds off the pace.
And Leroy driving very aggressively and looking like he's wanting to win another event.
Is that the correct approach, you think?
Yes, absolutely.
Nice little shortcut there. Yes, indeed. Another shortcut. So, Mark Renier currently 15.3 seconds ahead of Genil de Villiers. Battle is on, as we've said, and he's actually controlling his pace very well.
Yes, hopefully he can pull this whole thing off and get to the end in one piece and also in 1st place.
Chasing down Enzo Kuhn, Hein Latergan in the 5th position overall. He's only got 10 seconds to make up on Enzo Kuhn.
Still very impressively driving this one now and with a lot more confidence. And that puts a new meaning to shortcuts.
Straight lining, you say?
Straight lining, yes.
Genil de Villiers, a fantastic start to his rally, holding down 2nd position at this point. And it would be a great result if he can remain there. Nicholas Ryan in the Grand Mark Volkswagen Polo in 15th position overall.
And Will Rodippenaar with a 6-sounding Toyota.
So Wilkin takes that stage from Leroy Poulter. Hein Latergan, his best stage result this season, in 3rd ahead of Renier. In the junior category, the 1600 class, led by Christoph Snyders, the championship leader, is about 50 seconds ahead of Guy Buttrell in his Toyota, with Chad Conradi in another Toyota about 38 seconds further back. Super 1400 category, led as usual by Henk Lateghan ahead of Megan Verlaak.
Apparently they got stuck behind Jannie Habig. He guided them around them, and they got stuck and he helped push them out.
Johnny, your rally's certainly been thrown a little bit upside down in the past few stages.
Yeah, that first stage this morning was a little Mickey Mouse stage, and we asked the marshal if we could go and have a look at the stage. This is the normal thing we do, and we said yes. Conrad was already in walking around, so we went in, walked around. Then when we came out, we came back here to service after a couple of stages. They said, no, we shouldn't have been looking. But, you know, our time and Conrad's time wasn't the quickest there anyway, so I don't know what the issue is.
You've just repeated those stages. How were they for you?
Yeah, they were quite interesting actually. We saw where everyone's been cutting, and we know that we've been through all the gates and followed the road book. I don't know if the other guys can say that, but yeah, what can we do? You know, the rules say you must follow the road, so that's what we're doing. But yeah.
Seems like you're having a good day today.
I'm liking it. It's nice and slippy, you know, I like the wet roads. We're still a bit down on the Fords, you know, those are world-class cars, and we're developing a new car, so I think we're doing well for a car that was really designed and built in 2006, and I'm excited. We're biting at the back of them.
Certainly got the hang of rallying now, and you're into it, second place overall. That's fantastic.
It takes a while to get into it, and I didn't expect, you know, to come here and just be right up there with the top guys. You know, we've got very good rally drivers in this country, and you know, it's tough to stay with them. But I'm happy that we can be up there and at least have a bit of a fight with them. So now we'll have to see for tomorrow. You know, we still have to do a good job tomorrow.
Mark Renier leads after day one with a gap of 18.7 seconds over de Villiers. Leroy Poulter in third ahead of Kuhn, and a solid fifth for Heinlein.
And Johnny Gemmell in 6th place, and a very unusual 10th overall for championship leader Conrad Rottenbach.
As the sun sets at the end of day one, join us after the break for action from day two.
There's nothing like this. This emotion.